Hi everyone, out at the field again on a nice frosty still morning here with another Mig-35B, NAMC Mig-35B. I know you're thinking, God, this guy needs, there's got to be a 12-step program here to cure this guy from building this plane. Anyway, I showed a picture just at the start comparing this plane and the previous full-size one that I built. So I'll call this one the gray one and the other one the red one. The main difference is I built the nose or the fuselage canopy and the wing plate from Dollar Tree foam or Adams Readi-board, and the Elevons and the nacelles here, I'll call them, and the vertical stabilizers are made with Depron. Anyway, I'll talk a little bit more about why I've done that and how it's working out thus far. So let's give her a thrash. So you can read the comments down below for my setup today. So what I'm striving to do is, because I can get Adams Readi-board for very, very cheap, and it's readily available where I live, and the hobby grade Depron supply that I have is is dwindling, and I'm trying to hoard it as much as possible. So I wanted to build a plane that takes advantage. The Dollar Tree foam with the paper on is about 5 millimeters thick with the paper off, like it is on the fuselage, and the KF airfoils is 4.5 millimeters. So I wanted to build a plane where I could reduce the drag as much as I could, and still have, you know, a nice strong stiff plane, and then also in the back end not have to add as much reinforcement as if I build it all with Dollar Tree foam, which I've done in the past. You've probably seen. I've got a green and tan camo plane that I built with that. So anyway, is it working? Well, yes, it is. This is, I'm flying this with the same power setup that I started with the red one, and it definitely is a little bit peppier and a little bit sleeker. I mean, theoretically, probably I've reduced, you know, just because the nose and the wing is thinner, about 15% thinner. Yeah, baby. I have definitely reduced the drag in the front end, and where I really notice it is in the pitch. You know, because the nose is actually about 3 millimeters narrower. So when I pull up into the pitch or in turns, it's really, really snappy. Well, snappier compared to the red one. So I'm actually just cruising around here at about, you know, 50–60% throttle with this little quad racing motor that I'm using. Certainly not the fastest setup, but it's very, very efficient, and I wanted to be able to compare because like I said, I have run this motor on the red MiG. So it is definitely faster. Okay, that was on my alarm. Let's try and come by for one more good. Ha ha! A little prop wash in my face there. Start the morning. Nice to have a little bit of frost there. See, look, that's a little landing slide. So yeah, so normally in the Elevons and across the sort of the back plate there, I would be using you know, some sort of reinforcement. Now, because I built the nacelles and the vertical stabilizers are made out of Depron, it really locks in that back plate. So I didn't bother putting any reinforcement across the back plate, and I haven't seen any you know, problems with torsional twisting or anything like that. And I didn't put any reinforcement in the Elevons. It didn't really save me a whole lot of weight, actually. This plane is only 2 grams lighter than the red one was. But as I said, it's definitely reduced in drag, and hopefully when you saw that first picture just before I started yapping, you can definitely see a difference in the nose. And I'm at the end of this video, I'll post a couple more. I'll put in a couple more pictures, and hopefully you can see the difference. So anyway, it only took me probably just under a half a sheet of Depron, the 27-inch by 39-inch or 700 millimeter by a meter, for the parts that I used. And I still had some pretty good size pieces of scrap, so I'll be able to build other planes, Elevons and that sort of stuff. It took about 2 full sheets of the Dollar Tree foam Adams Readi-board for the fuselage, canopy, wing plate, and the KF airfoils. But I'm really impressed. It's because as I mentioned in the video, I built one completely out of Dollar Tree foam, and sort of longitudinally the plane had more flex because the bottom part, the nacelles on that plane, I had taken the paper off the Dollar Tree foam to try and save weight, so it didn't really have a lot of strength. So not that I saw the plane turning itself into a banana when I was pulling high G or anything, but it definitely, this plane is a lot stiffer. Like even just when you're holding it in your hand and you toss it in the air, you can tell that it's a lot stiffer. So anyway, yeah, pretty cool experiment. Definitely this, for me, the way ahead, I think, is in order to hoard the 5.5 sheets of hobby grade Depron that I have left, I'll definitely be building more planes this way, because the Dollar Tree foam is readily available to me, and it's very inexpensive. It is a bit more fussy to build with, but it's definitely worth it. And it also sands, compared to model plane foam or Depron. When you're sanding it and really want your plane to be nice and sleek, especially along the nose, it really sands a lot nicer. In fact, you do have to be careful, because if you're sitting there watching a hockey game or something and you're sanding away, next thing you know, you'll sand a hole in your plane. But anyway, I will mention the build is essentially, other than the materials, is the same. I moved the motor forward an inch to compensate for the weight, but because I don't have the extra reinforcement, the battery is the CG is right here. It balanced bang on the CG, so the battery is actually pretty tight. I haven't measured this distance here, but I would say that's only, I don't know, about in my other one it's about 9¼ inches, so it's really tight. Everything, all the servos and everything are all in that, which is a third, over a third of the weight actually, because this is fairly light. It's 19.8 ounces, I think, 560 grams. So anyway, thanks very much for watching, folks. Blue skies, calm winds to everyone, and park jet noise, the other sound of freedom. This just off the end of my finger here, this is a Cormorant helicopter from the Royal Canadian Air Force. They're based here at the military base in Comox, doing a search and rescue mission. So yeah, they fly by here every once in a while. Great to have them around, but you wouldn't want to put yourself in a situation where one of those guys has to come and save your life if you can help it. Anyway, enough of my jabber. Thanks for watching again. Park jet noise, the other sound of freedom, baby. Take care.